Ancient Arise Dragon looks to be the strongest individual card being introduced in the box. A 3000 attack monster that can also destroy Dragius or 7-sword Magician without needing a discard or convoluted summon method is incredible. Thanks to the Ancient Forces skill, drawing even a single 1 tribute monster is enough to set up the effect, and the attack boost means all 6 level 6 monsters are capable of taking out an opposing Dragius. Burning Blaze Dragon has an essentially non-existent effect, but Clear Ice Dragon will come up more often than you might expect, shuffling away cards like Currybot or Dark Magician to weaken other decks' game plans. Clear Ice and Ancient Arise both also remove monsters from your own graveyard, making Glow Cyclone a natural fit for the deck. And if the opponent doesn't have any back row to destroy, you can always just discard it with Phoenix Dragon to recycle your boss monsters. Dragon enthusiasts may be curious about the lack of Sports Dragon Pitcher and Slugger, but without the level boost from Dragonic Resonance, the attack restriction makes their effects much less consistent. Rounding out new cards is the Psychic Family Speedy Performer. The ideal use case for this card is to boost Dragius before getting tributed off itself. Leaving a 400 attack point monster on board is almost never going to be worth it, but with 6 1 tribute monsters, it should be smooth sailing. And speaking of psychics, they gain a new skill. Most discussion I've seen focuses on the exclusive access to Esperade, but even more important is the second copy of Romampic. This card can add itself back with its effect, providing infinite tribute fodder as long as you have the life points and deck size available. To facilitate getting our first Romampic into the grave as quickly as possible, we have Speedy Performer and Piercing Samurai, which can both melee card with their effect. This also is going to help us enable the Seahorse Carrier engine, further maximizing the odds of being able to summon 2 level 7s when activating the skill. Despite having no limit 3 cards, we run Severing Psychic Wall over Call of the Earthbound for the ability to destroy any unsuspecting Dragius that attack Prima Gotarna. On the other hand, Pyro decks utilizing the Noodle Art Boost skill have a strong case for using this trap. Spice the Elite Noodle Ninja is the only relevant boss monster and win condition in the deck, so keeping it safe with trap cards is the highest priority. We also use Monster Reincarnation as a way to access a 4th copy of Spice. This deck receives a significant offensive buff, with huge swing turns becoming possible when Spice's effect is combined with the Noodle Art of Roastery, even eclipsing the boost Psychic decks get from Prima Gotarna. Innocent Lancer has Piercing, giving us a way to utilize these buffs against defense position monsters, and the newly added Fire Yarrow and Flavor Inspector provide stronger bodies than vanilla Noodle Ninjas. The rest of the deck is dedicated to monsters of a wide variety of types as a small optimization against Phantom Bind. Note that Noodle Art Boost itself may not actually be the optimal way to play, as swapping to Legend Draw allows players to put in Dragius and Summon Skull while generally maintaining the same game plan. Heavy Metal Scream is named after Royal Rebel's Heavy Metal, and most players are looking to utilize the Royal Rebel's Heavy Drive skill, but as a coin flip skill that penalizes going first, I'm more interested in trying out Rebel Beat due to its deck thinning and position changing effects. Notably, you can use Archfiend Summoning Flute to swap a Summon Skull to attack position and begin an aggressive push. The high count of tribute monsters meant I had to cut Growl, which I expect will see more play in heavy drive variants over Echolas the Star Knight. With Summon Skull and Heavy Metal both boasting 2500 attack points, this deck makes great use of the barrier, preventing the opponent from having their Dragius run over our boss monsters after Thunder the Thunder. We choose this defense rather than running our own copies of Thunder the Thunder, as Heavy Metal is able to boost itself significantly over any relevant stat threshold. The lack of level 7 monsters may seem concerning, but with Archfiend Summoning Flute and Royal Rebel's Rocker, we are able to consistently recycle our boss monsters. Seahorse Carrier and Currybot serve as extra cards that prevent us from compromising on field size when performing these multi-tribute plays that enable Heavy Metal's effect. Next up, we have Magician's Shuffle, another deck capable of taking advantage of Archfiend Summoning Flute. Reviving Dark Magician provides instant access to Dark Magic attack, keeping you safe from the variety of traps being added to the game. The skill locks us out of playing Dragius, meaning the limit 3 slot goes to Call of the Earthbound, which is capable of diverting attacks away from 7-sword Magician. You may expect this deck to run Torna instead, but the newly introduced Seraph of Darkness fills a similar role without requiring a tribute or discard. By switching opposing monsters to defense mode, our weaker monsters can clear them away, leading to more damage with our bosses. Moving on to our other 2 tribute legend monster, the Black Dragon Rising skill focuses on Red Eyes Black Dragon. Notably, the skill text states that level 7 monsters can't attack, implying that level 8 monsters and higher level monsters in general should be okay. However, we can't fully trust this information as Blue Falcon's formation has similar misleading text. Assuming it does work though, this list mixes Yami Ruler's control elements with the aggro gameplay that runs rampant on the latter. Monster Reincarnation is included as a way to revive Black Dragon's Chick, offering another use of the skill and its associated debuff. If the Red Eyes deck turns out not to work or otherwise be too much of a gimmick, players can instead fall back on this dedicated warrior list. Dark Arts of Celerity is all about taking advantage of defense position monsters, making Seraph of Darkness and Piercing Samurai natural fits into the deck. Replacing Pierce with a monster that does the same thing frees up valuable space for Dark Ruler Battle Slash, an upgraded version of the barrier that doubles as spell and trap removal. I've rounded out the deck with Currybot to facilitate multi-tribute turns, but if you can find the space, replacing it with a Seahorse Carrier package is just as good. Changing gears, we have a Beast aggro deck, utilizing Pekka Pikachu to recycle Gazelle and All-Seeing White Tiger. This engine offers something that Seahorse Carrier cannot, and that's the ability to recover a 1500 attack point monster, which can be further boosted to 1700 with our copy of Forest. This is especially useful in the 7's Axel Road matchup, as they will frequently end on 1600 attack point units that our low-level monsters typically cannot overcome. The Beast line also provides access to Silverwolf, a Thunder the Thunder replacement that does not require a discard. The Volt Condra deck is going to feel significantly better to play with the addition of new relevant spell and trap cards. This means Trick Pigeon is going to be live more frequently, and you aren't compromising the overall card quality to do so. The newly added Beast Summoner also serves a way to turbo out either boss monster, providing a way to get around Yami Ruler's Tribute Summon restriction and simultaneously saving you a card. The card you save can be discarded for Volt Condra's effect, debuffing the opponent's field, or used to fuel your Hammer Crush, preventing a surprise widespread ruin from ruining your push. My other trap card of choice here is Music Princess's Recital, which makes it in over the barrier, as a 400 attack point debuff is not quite enough to stop Dragias from destroying Darkness Crested Hawk. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh!, you begin with dragons and you end with dragons. Rounding out my list is Dragonic Resonance, which has received 0 changes. However, it is the current best deck in the format, and its matchup spread should be getting even better with the new box. This is because Dragonic Slayer previously had his effect rarely come up, but now, with every other deck compromising resources to set cards in the back row, Dragonic Slayer can destroy them for free, and the deck will take advantage of the weaker boards players are putting out. With Phoenix Dragon, we can recycle these Dragonic Slayers later in the game, and with the Sports Dragons, it's even possible to bring out 2 Dragonic Slayer in one turn. We're going to have to wait and see if anything is able to dethrone the Scaly Boys, but currently I doubt it. And that is the 10 decks I'm looking forward to play when the new box comes out. Let me know if I've missed your favorite deck in the comments, and what cards are you most looking forward to seeing in the game.